Hi everyone, my name is Denise Coughlan, owner of Resolute Pilates and Wellness Studios, and I'm coming back to you today with another video, this time from seated position. So all you're going to need is your chair and you're using your own body resistance. So just remember, if you have any underlying illnesses or injuries, that you might need to get medical clearance before you start off in these exercises. Okay, so we're just going to make sure that you're in your seated position, feet underneath the knees in line with the hips, and really visualize lengthening your spine right up towards the ceiling, really long, tall spine, making sure that you're seated comfortably into the back of the chair, and you can rest your hands either on the front of the thighs or resting your hands down by your side. So whatever way feels comfortable. And we're going to come into that neutral position. I want you to visualize your belly button ever so gently drawn towards the back of the chair or to the back of the spine. And then bringing the awareness to the breath. So we're inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. As you inhale, visualize the ribcage expanding, and as you exhale, visualize it contracting. So it's quite a difficult breath, but just make sure you don't hold your breath at any stage. Really relax the shoulders and staying with that breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. So a very gentle warm-up. We're going to start off with some head nods. So we're going to look down on the inhale and then exhale, looking directly ahead of you. So just warming up into the neck, making sure that you're not forcing the head. Inhale, looking down, keep lengthening through the spine, and exhale, looking directly ahead of you. So very gentle movement into the back of the neck. And then coming into the center. We're coming into rotations, looking over your shoulder, and then coming back into the center again slowly. Exhale and inhale. So we're just alternating sides, head rotation. Keep sitting as tall as you can. Good. Exhale and inhale. 2 more times. Staying with the breath, 1 more time, and then into center. We're going to bring the ear to the shoulder very gently, and then back to center again slowly, ear to the shoulder, just a gentle tilting, getting a nice stretch down the side of the neck. Good, shoulders away from the ears. So we're going to continue on that movement with the neck, and we're going to bring the arms down, so we're coming into lateral flexion. Coming to the side as you inhale and exhaling to the center. So it's the same movement with your neck. We're just bringing in that extra little bit of a reach down to the ground, to the side of the chair. So we're going to do 2 more times, nice and slow and controlled. 1 more time. And coming back to the center again slowly. We're bringing the hands into a prayer position underneath the chin. Really trying to lengthen the spine, so if you need to come away from your chair slightly, you're coming into spinal rotation or spine twist. So we're going to just keep your shoulders relaxed away from the ears, dropping the elbows quite low and keeping the fingertips underneath the chin, so that way we know that the head is staying in line with your spine. So if you want to add in a bit of movement through the pelvis, we're going to step out to the side as you take it into the rotation and coming back into the center. So a little bit of a hip opener. Doesn't have to be very wide. Good. Exhale. Inhale. Nice and controlled. Okay, 2 more times. 1 more time. And coming back to the center and releasing the arms. We're going to elevate and depress the shoulders. Shoulders up to the ears on the inhale. Exhale, reaching the hands down. So again, just really visualize that lengthened spine position. Staying with the breath. And you can also bring in your calf raises. So we're going to raise those heels off the ground as you inhale. Exhale, lowering down. Inhale up and exhale, lowering down. Inhale and exhale. Good. 2 more times. 1 more time. And just letting the legs rest, we're going to bring it into shoulder circles. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Nice long Deep breaths, lengthening through the spine. And then we're going to change direction. Same movement in reverse. Just really trying to create as much movement through the upper back and shoulders as you can. Keeping that gentle connection through the core, the awareness with the breath. And releasing down slowly. We're reaching the arms ahead of you. Protraction and retraction. So we're going to inhale, reach the arms in front of you like you're trying to reach or grab something. And then draw the shoulders back towards the back edge of your chair. We want to keep the shoulders away from the ears while you're doing this one. Good. And then you can add in that little stretch on the leg. So you can reach the leg ahead of you as the arms are reaching forwards. And just moving that stretch through the knees and the hips. Staying with that breath. Good. Nice, slow and controlled movements. 2 more times. 1 more time. And releasing down slowly. So really again, lengthening through the spine. We're going to come into flexion forwards. So we're going to bring the spine forwards. So leading with a head nod, we're going to curl the spine forwards. Rolling down on that exhale breath. And inhale, lengthening up slowly. 1 vertebrae at a time. So spinal flexion. You want to make sure that you're keeping your weight into your sit bones, into your bum. And only just going to wherever you feel comfortable. We're not overstretching. Inhale, coming down. And exhale, coming up, stacking the spine up on top of itself. 1 more time. Inhale. And exhale. Lengthening back up. Good. Okay, so we're going to hold that lengthened seated position. And we're going to do a little bit of work through the upper back and shoulders. So we're going to scissor switch the arm. 1 arm up and 1 arm down. Okay, so if your hands are hitting off the side of your chair, just make the movement a little bit wider. So I want to keep the shoulders away from the ears. Nice and slow and controlled movements. So scissor switching the arms, or like soldier arms. 1 arm up, 1 arm back. The palms of the hands are facing in towards each other. Okay, so you can stay on that one, but we're going to add in a little bit of addition onto the legs. So we're going to come into a single leg stretch. So it's going to be opposite arm to opposite leg. So if you start off with just holding onto the side of the leg, not a gripping, just a very gentle touch on the side of the leg. We're going to go opposite arm to the ceiling to opposite leg ahead of you, okay? So we're going to scissor switch the arms, coming back in and changing. Okay, so it's opposite arm to the ceiling to opposite straight leg and coming back down slowly. So this is just bringing in a little bit of coordination work as well. So it's really making you challenge on the thought pattern of the action of doing opposite arm to opposite leg. So remember, you don't have to add in the arms, you don't have to add in the legs. If you want to do one instead of both, that's fine. So a little bit of work through those quads and hip flexors. Okay, good. Opposite arm to opposite leg. Okay, 2 more times. 1 more time. And then releasing down slowly. Good, giving those shoulders a little bit of a roll. Good. Okay, so if you can just slightly come forwards to the, not to the front edge of the chair, just so there's a little bit of a gap behind you on this one. Okay, so we're going to come into the saw. We're going to start off with the arms first. So the arms are out to the side and the palms of the hands are facing forwards. So we're going to go opposite arm to opposite leg and then come down to the side of the leg. Come back into the center and around to your starting position. So opposite arm to opposite leg, the back hand comes behind you. We're going to turn your front thumb up, back thumb down, and go to the outside of that knee. Okay? Back up to the starting position, into the center. So inhale, opposite arm to opposite leg. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale center. So what we're trying to do is to create rotation. So a little bit of a twist. back up and center. So if your back arm is touching off your chair or hitting off your chair, you don't need to go back down so low. Just do your own range of movement. So we're going to add in a little bit of flexion. So what I want you to do is to slide down that leg and then come back up to your starting position. Opposite arm to opposite leg. Slide down the leg, coming back up and back to your starting position. Okay, so we're going to do one more of these. Look down towards the leg that you're going towards, and then we're going to add in a little bit of work through the legs. Opposite arm to opposite leg, up to the center and releasing down slowly. Good, give the shoulders a bit of a roll. So you can stay on that exact same sequence. I'm just going to move back a little bit. Or you can add in the legs. Okay, so remember, we're slightly ahead on the chair. We're not completely back into the chair. We're going to open the legs to straddle position and just walk the legs forward. So we're pretty much nearly at a straight leg position. So you're just taking them down as low or as far away from you as you feel comfortable without leaning off the back of the chair too much. Okay, so the legs are a little bit wider than the hips here. So opposite arm to opposite leg, reaching forwards on the exhale, so you can come down to the ankle if you feel comfortable, and then coming back up to your starting position into the center. Opposite arm to opposite leg, look down towards the direction that you're going towards. Go to the outside of that leg, back to center into your starting position. Inhale, exhale down, inhale up, and exhale, okay? So just make sure that you don't feel like you're falling off the chair. You don't have to add in that forwards flexion if you just want to do the twist. Okay? So this is just going to bring a little bit more of a stretch into the legs and the back, making sure that you don't feel any strain. 2 more times. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. 1 more time. Look down towards the leg, into the center, and back around slowly, and releasing down slowly. We're going to give those shoulders a little bit of a roll and bring the legs back into center. Okay, so I'm going to do the next one side on. We've done it before, but it would have been a while now since we've done this one. So we're going to come into your pelvic tilts in seated position. So we're coming out from the back of the chair slightly. Make sure you still feel comfortable. So there's a bit of a space here. So we're coming into pelvic tilts from the base of the lower part of the spine. So imagine like you have a book on top of the head. We're going to exhale very gently, sitting into the lower part of the spine. And inhale, coming back up slowly. So you still have your feet underneath your knees in line with the hips. Okay, so if you feel comfortable to hold onto the legs, you can, or you can have them resting. So you don't want to lean back with your head, and you don't want to curl too far forward. So we just want to try and visualize that nice long spine, and the movement is coming from the lower back, the lumbar spine. Okay, so pelvic tilts, or modified half roll back. So this is really working into the lower part of the back, the lumbar spine. So if you have any issues around that lower back area, just be very careful on these ones. Okay, 2 more times. 1 more time. Okay, so we're going to add in spinal flexion. So we're coming forwards, up to seated position, and then we're going to go into that pelvic tilt, okay? So it's like a modified roll-up. So we're going to take you down into head nod position, like what we've done in the warm-up. Come forwards as far as you feel comfortable on the exhale breath. Inhale, take it up slowly, 1 vertebra at a time. Exhale, pelvic tilt. Inhale, up. Exhale, curling forwards. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, rolling back into your pelvic tilts. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, curling forward, scooping. Inhale, lengthening up. Okay, exhale, pelvic tilting. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, curling forwards. Inhale, lengthening up. And exhale back. Okay, let's just do one more time. Just doing what you can, rolling forwards, one vertebra at a time. Lengthening up one vertebra at a time. And then rolling back. And lengthening up. Okay, good, well done. So we're back around to face this direction, so it's a little bit easier for you to see. So well done, that is your seated roll up and half roll back position. Okay, so we're going to come into a little bit of shoulder mobility. So we're going to start to circle the shoulders around in one direction. Good, staying with that lengthened breath. Okay, so if you're working through the upper body, we're going to stay with upper body, but I'm going to introduce a little bit of leg work as well. So you have the option to stay with shoulder rolls, or we're going to go with the legs. So we're going to stay with the shoulders to begin with, and then we're going to change direction with the shoulders. Okay, nice lengthened spine. So we're back into the back of the chair again, really lengthening up through the spine so you're not sinking into the chair. Okay, let's do one more time. And releasing down slowly. Okay, so if you want to do a little bit of work through those legs and hips, we're going to do one leg at a time in each direction, and if you want to stay with the shoulders, stay with the shoulders. Okay, so what we're going to try and do is start to create a little bit of a circle, okay, through that hip. We're going to alternate sides, so we lift up and circle around, lift up and circle around. Okay, so the easiest way of doing this, if you try and imagine like you have a pen or a pencil sticking out directly this way in front of you, and you're trying to draw that circle round, okay? And the same, visualize a piece of paper in front of you, and you're trying to draw a circle round, okay? So, if you're on the shoulders only, we're just going to do a backward shoulder circle, okay? And if you're going with the legs, we'll just stick with the legs for now. Okay, so circling around. So really try and get that idea of two pens or two pencils in front of you, pushing out from your knees, and we're drawing that circle motion. Okay, so it's not just out and in, we're going up, around, down and in. Now you can do your backward arm circles with your leg circles. Okay, and really want to focus on that rotation through the hip rather than just going out and in with the legs. So you can do two shoulders at the same time. Good. Okay, one more time. On each leg. Good, and resting down. So we're going to reverse the shoulder circles if you're just doing the arms. Okay, so we're going forward. So we're going to try that with the legs now. So the last time we went around. Okay, so now we're going the opposite way. So we sweep the leg out, up and down. Out, up and down. So it's not just out and in. Okay, we go out, up, around and down. Out, up, around and down. Okay, so again, use that pencil visualization. So you're trying to draw that circle in front of you, and you can bring in the shoulder circles. So it's a forward shoulder circle. It's just adding in that little bit extra challenge on the coordination. Okay? Two more times. One more time. And release it down slowly. So it's quite a tough one. You're going to really feel that on those hips and thighs if you're doing the legs. And then we're working through the shoulders then if you were doing the arm circles on their own. Okay, so one more time, and then we're going to go into a little bit of a breathing sequence that we finish off with at the end. So this one's a little bit of lateral flexion work. Not completely leaning to the side, We're going to reach the arms out to the side, so it's a straight line from fingertip to fingertip. And all I want you to do is to reach over to one side. So we still got that lateral tilt, but instead of going down, we're reaching sideways. And then come back into the center slowly. So we're trying to keep the palms of the hands facing down. And making sure when you're reaching over to one side that you're not coming off the chair or the pelvis on the other side. So really want to try and think of lengthening the spine, grounding the pelvis, and it's just a small tilting of the head to one side. Okay, so it does get quite challenging. So all we're going to do that is palms facing upwards, and it's the same movement. And just reach in the arm. Visualize the contraction coming around that waist area as we reach from right to left, left to right. And just try and relax the shoulders away from the ears. Good, 2 more times. 1 more time. And then coming back into the center again slowly. And let's give those shoulders a roll. Okay, so they're still quite challenging. Even though we're only using the body resistance, you're going to really feel them. Okay, so finishing off with that seated breathing. So just making sure that you feel comfortably seated against that back of the chair. You can go palms facing upwards, arms down by your sides, whatever way you feel comfortable. Just making sure that you keep that nice posture position. You can keep the eyes open, closed, and just take the awareness to the breath. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. So if you've been following the videos, you should be a little bit more familiar now with this breathing sequence. We breathe in for 5 and out for 5, and work it up to 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 10 back to 5. So if you find at any point it gets a little bit too strained, just take it back to a breath cycle that you feel comfortable with. So we're going to start off with that 5-second breath. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. And breathing out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, 5. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just staying with that breath, somewhere between 5 and 10. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the mouth. Visualize the rib cage expanding on the inhale and contracting on the exhale breath. Feeling the expansion and contracting through the rib cage as you breathe. We're going to do 2 more breaths in this position. And 1 more breath. And if you have your eyes closed, we're going to open them again slowly, bringing your awareness back into the room. If you want to wiggle your fingers, give the shoulders a bit of a roll. A few rotations during the seated position on the neck. Or you can wiggle the toes, stretch out the legs. Any way that feels comfortable, just to bring that movement back into the body again. And then just let it rest. to your seated position. So well done, everyone. I'm glad to hear everyone is enjoying the videos, and the feedback that you've sent me is great. So remember, you can email me. The website is down below. You'll get the contact details through the website if you want to send me a message. But great to hear that everybody is enjoying the movements, and I'll hopefully keep going for a while longer anyway. And I'll be back to you again next week with a new video. So I should chat to you all soon. Bye guys.